I'm about to text you the Zoom shit right now.
I said I ain't got that number. Tell him to check his
It's all good.
Instagram.
I got you, big dog. Holler at your boy Daz.
Big head fucker ready to eat.
I'm about to text you the Zoom shit right now.
I said I ain't got that number. Tell him to check his
It's all man. Turn that shit down.
Oh yeah, you got the dog out there. The dog pound.
The time is right. Let me play that video, man.
Got it. Hold on.
Tow car. You need to get tow cars on here too.
I sent him the thing.
You did?
Yep.
You call him.
Sitting at the dock of the bay, smoking the weed.
Well, can you see that?
Yep. Play that shit, nigga.
Hello? Who?
Put your phone on mute. Can't hear no music, X.
Like Uncle Luke, she look for Nicky, you damn right. She country thick, you damn right. She a Denim Club, she a Pleaser, she a Blue Flame, she a Jazz T, she a Shooter, she a Pilot, she a Pink Pong, she a Gold Club. Magic City, cheater. Used to roller skate to the gate, shades on in Crystal Palace. Atlanta, baby, no city battle. Old schools, farm whips, house big, wood chips, bad bitches, good girls, freedom fighters, and the killers. Atlanta. Turn down the lights and take my hand. Turn down the lights and take my hand. Hey, daddy was for real. Mama was a sweetie pie. I was born with a good and the evil eye. Better rob him, and the other guy. Crossroads, they run deep. I'ma testify, you gon' go to sleep. From the city of hope, from the city of dope. Baby mama all day on Instagram. Baby daddy in the hood, Instagram. Got half drugs, got whole chickens. No slab, no quarter, just dog food. Hunters in the bag, it's all you. Reverse face in that Cadillac. Head shiver, no rally wheels. That photo Benz, that top pig. Got the girls who still say, who that is? Who that is? Who that is? I'm a creep at night and that's Standerville. Who that is? Who that is? I'm a creep at night and it's Standerville. I'ma pull up to the corner, check a dollar out of hoe. Yeah, rules to this ticket, and you know how it go. Atlanta. Turn down the lights and take my hand. Turn down the lights and take my hand.
let me hold you tight.
Yo,
And
what up?
never go.
Who is that singing? Daz?
Yeah.
What up, Daz? Welcome to the experience, man. We waiting on Gipp to check in, but we're gonna go ahead and get it kicked off with you. What's going on with you?
What's up, Big X?
Okay, Carter, what you got going on?
Man, you know, just out here with my people's protesting, you know, making sure we get heard and working on the dog food album with being corrupt.
I didn't stop the video, my bad. Go ahead.
You know, just protesting with my people and enjoying the festivities. Legendary.
So you know, I was supposed to have you on this week, you and Jeff, man. You know, y'all got a show. I don't know if it's a show or y'all just be up in the morning on Instagram, but I know y'all call it the Wake and Bake. But y'all give away a lot of information on that show.
Yeah. You know, I always, you know, confining Jeff. He know all the ins and outs and the outs and ins. So, you know, he the big OG. So I just listen to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Huh?
How do I get put me in my tune? That shit been incorrect, man. Y'all tripping, man. Send me the right shit.
Tell me it's 341-964-5160.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know, me and Gipp got a new project out.
Right, y'all got the
ATLA, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, the first extent, we're gonna drop another one.
Okay.
You know, and just keep it moving, and you know, we're working on a documentary, man, Corrupt.
Okay.
It's gonna be on A&E. It's gonna be a 4-part series on A&E TV.
Okay. Y'all hold tight. Funky, ask him a question right quick. I got an emergency going on.
I just want to ask you, man, outside of music, man, how you been surviving, man, during this quarantine, and you know, besides putting music out.
Man, I just been in the house, man. You know what I'm saying? Just quarantining, getting to know myself. You know what I'm saying? And smoking good, feeling good.
I remember years ago, man, you gave me money. Years ago, you gave me equipment, man, camera equipment, and you told me to start filming you and Daz and Snoop and the whole team. That was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I got the footage to prove it as we speak.
You know what it is? DJ Funky. Big X.
So, Daz, you don't work with a lot of the greats, man. You know what I'm saying? So I got you. You know, I got to ask you some real questions, man. Like, you know, you're one of the only guys that I know that ever worked in the studio with Tupac. So give me some of them Tupac stories and tell me what it was like to really be around somebody that had a work ethic like Tupac.
You know, he always trying to smoke up your weed and shit like that, you know. So, you know, he'd come over early in the morning. You know, I always told, you know, I'm an early bird, so I make beats in the morning.
Right.
And I work that night. So he always would come early in the morning and get the first dab of the beats. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But like when you was in the studio with him, what was his work ethic like? Like they still putting out records from him.
Yeah, he was knocking them out back to back, you know. Because you know, we was doing like 2 or 3 songs a day. Then when we got with Tupac, we was doing like damn near 6 or 7 songs a day.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? The work ethic was incredible, you know what I'm saying? And just learning, you know what I'm saying?
So back then, like the rumor was, and still is, like a lot of the stuff that was done on the Chronic, you was a major force behind that.
Yeah.
So what songs on that first Chronic you was doing? What up, Gippy?
Yay, we here. There go my brother Diddley.
What's up with it?
What's happening?
Hey, Daz, Gipp, change your name while we talking to Daz. Rename to your.
Now finish telling me about the Chronic, Daz.
Yeah, you know, on the Chronic album, I started off with These Nuts. I rapped on it. And then I started doing production when I came with High Powered. And then I did a little production on Ghetto Boys.
High Power, that was the one with RBX, right?
Yeah, that was with RBX. Then I did, you know, some voiceovers and some skits, and you know, I was just learning the board and the drum machine. You know what I'm saying?
So prior to that, you hadn't made no beats, or you just started making beats then?
I was DJing.
Okay.
I was a DJ for DJ Young Jedi. Then
I never knew. That's something I never knew. I never knew you was a DJ.
Yeah. I started DJing, you know what I'm saying? Because I was mixing and blending. Then Dr. Dre let me use his drum machine. Then I used to take it home and then sneak in the studio at Solar and break in there. And we was fucking with Dick Griffin.
Oh, the old school gangster from Solar.
Yeah, from Solar Records. And I used to go and tape over the whispers. I didn't know what a 2-inch was. All I know, I could put my music on this motherfucker.
Oh man, you was in the studio taping over the whispers?
Yeah, I was taping over the whispers.
Oh shit!
I was taking that nigga masters using them tapes. I didn't know what a master was.
Well, you would just go in the studio and just boot that shit up like straight open up the studio and just start recording.
No, I would hotwire. I would get on the elevator, pull the little part, you hit your button up, pull that motherfucker out, get a piece of wire, connect them to it, it'll go up to the 3rd floor. I'll stick it back on there like it wasn't broke, and we'll be in there. And then I go down there and unlock the door and let everybody up.
Oh wow, okay. That's what's up, Dad. You was a little criminal back then just to get to that work, huh?
Yeah. You know, I was young, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't do that, then they was gonna kick me out. They had nowhere to go.
So you know, Gippy, I got you in the building now. So you got to tell me a little bit about what you got going on. I know both of y'all hooked up together and y'all did a big project together. So you know, tell me a little bit about that project.
Man, ATLA, man, the joint in the Long Beach and old E Point, man, the A-Town, man. Dad's like, man, shit. Man, come over here. He called me one day. Him and Mr. Cool, man, pulled up. Funky pulled up. Man, they said, goddamn it, get on there, goddamn it. And we did Type of Girl. And man, like they were like, let's just keep recording. And we still got another whole album sitting over there at the house. So we're gonna keep doing what we doing, man. We just gonna add a little few here and do this right here, and then we got a whole nother project coming. We gotta keep that boat going, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So what was the inspiration behind that album? Like outside of it, Cool and Funky coming through, after y'all got into it, what made y'all do so many songs together?
I mean, we had that chemistry, you know what I'm saying? And you know, we brothers, you know what I'm saying? We just got that chemistry, you know. Me and Gipp, we be clicking and whipping and dipping, you know what I'm saying, from LA to the A.
Hey.
That him.
Yeah, man.
You on the him?
Yeah, I'm on that Gipp Goody.
So Gipp, so I do know you got the Gipp Goody company. So tell us, you know, before we get into that, you know, what we're gonna talk about. You know, we're gonna talk about a little bit of everything. But just tell me a little bit about the Gipp Goody product you got going on. And you know, I know now you ventured off from the group, and now not that you love the group, but you become an entrepreneur. So now that you're an entrepreneur, tell me about, you know, you stepping out as an entrepreneur. Now you got Gipp Goodies.
Well, yeah, we got Gipp Goodies now. Like, and I'm gonna tell you, I just been working on it for the last 2 years with these guys from LA. You know, Hump, Tony, and Big T. You know what I mean? And they put a lot of things together. A lot of stuff, you know, we was about to go lunch right when the pandemic hit. And I was just like, damn, I was like, God damn, man, it took this long to goddamn get it ready. And then soon the pandemic hit, I was like, man, look, you might well hold that because I can't really move. We can't really move. So let's switch it out. Let's do another part of the company. Let's do the CBD. So with that, I moved the CBD here to Atlanta. We already in like 3-4 stores already. I'm in the CBD superstore over there in Fayetteville. We're gonna be in the West End this weekend. Then we move it to another store, Howell Mill. So I'm just gonna build it just like how we trap. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna go trap until we got the whole state done. And then, you know, I got a store open. The first Gipp Goody store opening up August 1st in Columbus.
Okay. So with that, you're gonna have it out here because I know they moving, like hemp is gonna be able to be sold out here. So you're gonna be selling primarily like hemp here, and you're gonna be selling what out there?
THC out there, but I can tell you this, like we've been in the Capitol for 2 years working on the THC thing. So you know, the groups and all that kind of stuff is together. I'm sure I'd be one of the ones that represent for Georgia. And my main thing is just to open up and have a system where we can grow THC. We can do all the THC products, and I want to make a program for all the people coming home from jail and just the kids out here in the street to be able to start teaching them. You know, in LA, man, you know, they wide open in LA. You know what I mean? They know how to clean weed. They know how to do everything you're supposed to do with THC. And out here, that's we don't know nothing. So we got a lot of learning to do. You know
I do know they passed a bill out here as far as, you know, the THC, like, well, hemp. And I know a lot of us, you know, when it first came out, they were saying, like, you know, you had to have $1 million to invest. And now I know they've broken it down a little bit to where they let minorities become a part of the hemp situation that they got going on in the state of Georgia. Are you a part of that? Because I know Funky OG also is a part of that program that they got out here in Georgia as far as bringing the hemp out here to Georgia.
Well, yeah, you know, it's like I really went for the big thing, King. I went for the biggest thing you can grow to grow. You know what I mean? So,
right.
You know, it's just like it's what you concentrate on. It's what you're gonna concentrate on, because you can concentrate on the hemp, still make the money, and then with a lot of things, a lot of these people out here don't even know the difference between hemp and hemp with CBD. So, you know, I'm already knowing, like, folks in the hood already telling me, folks getting got for the booth. You know, it look good, smell good, look like it's that real thing. It's just that air pack.
So, but let me ask you this. So, as far as the education of it, will you be educating guys as far as the difference of what's CBD and what's THC? Because that's going to be very important that they know the difference. Right now, I don't really think they know the difference.
Yeah, they don't know the difference. And I think that that's where the education comes in. And that's also, you know, right now it's a gray area. The street get to eat, and those that don't know, they get got. It ain't our fault. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. You play the game, you might get got, you might get good. So, you know, right now it's a gray area for the hustlers, man. So I just think that we still, like my little niece, after I went out to LA and started really getting it, because really, like, Dad's the one sit down and really start showing me, like, I can give you the whole history of this shit. Corrupt was the first one to call me in the room and say, hey, man, Gippy, I'm doing this moon rock shit. And he showed me the first commercial of the moon rock shit. And I was like, damn, never seen no shit like that before. Corrupt did his thing in it, and he still do his thing in it. Me and Dad hooked up. Dad started teaching me about the oil. Dad was the first one to show me about the oil and all that kind of shit, because I always thought the oil was the bullshit. And he was like, no.
You got to turn your mic on, Dad.
What did he say?
Oil is legal in Georgia.
Yeah.
But what they don't know, all is one of the CBD products that they can sell out here in Georgia.
What you say, hemp extract? Quit saying CBD, because that's not.
So
when you get it to the FDA and all that shit, it's the way you word it too, X. So just know.
Yeah, and you're right, and it is, but it is. Like, you got to go and see Dr. Hodges downtown to get you a card to be legally carrying it in the state of Georgia.
Right.
So you got to know all the people that's doing it, and at the same time, we gotta bring, you know, like, Dad's is very, very important in my life and thing, because I don't really know. He was the first one to take me to a sesh. Like, okay. I had never been to a sesh.
Hold on, time out. Hold on, Funky. When you say session, what you mean? He took you to a session.
He said sesh.
He took me to the secret session in LA. I had never seen in my life a
swap meet full of weed.
Yeah,
a flea market.
Hey, that was kind of like that. Wasn't that kind of like that festival we went to, Funky?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's Dad's DJ that run it. That's why I'm trying to say.
It's like a flea market, but they ain't selling nothing but weed products in there, from $1,000 pounds, $500 pounds. Oil,
that was our homeboy we met out there at the
That's Dad DJ.
Yeah, that was my boy. That's my boy. He do the festivals out there. Yeah.
Salam Rick.
Okay, yeah, that's my man Salam.
He DJ for the dog pound, X. You know that.
Go ahead, Gippy.
And then the president Dilly walk through there. Dilly walk out there with a bag full. Free.
I come in there with me a trash bag.
I did the same thing when I was doing the Funky OG. We gave away so much weed at one of the sessions, you know, in the crowd, and they love it, man. You know, the Funky OG. Dad's been to the farm. I mean, Gipp, but all of them been to the farm out there in California, you know.
Yeah, so when Georgia do that, when they come like, you know, fully active weed-wise and all that hemp shit, we can start throwing secret sessions.
They doing it already here. They doing it here already illegally. But.
I'm scared.
Well, hey, this the country. This ain't out west.
I swear. So that was the big thing. That was the big thing. Like I started learning from my brothers, and I started trying to figure out what was the best thing for me. You know what I mean? Like getting involved. You know, and my father, you know, he never even told me he had cancer until he was 8 months about to leave me, man. So, you know, that's when I started trying to help him and stuff like that. You know, with cannabis. And it was pretty cool with him, you know what I mean? But if I had been able to help him, or he had been able to just say something a little earlier, maybe I could have helped him a little more. But you know, Daz and Corrupt is really the one who really introduced me to the whole situation, this whole game. You know what I mean? As far as this goes, Dr. Hodges was the last part of it, because you know Dr. Hodges seeked me out, was like, "Yo, would you want to get down with this?" And he had been kind of shunned by everybody in the city. So then Dr. Hodges came to me.
They were scared of
you help my father. You help my father. I get down with you. I put my name on the bill. So then I started kind of like going to the Capitol with him. And I started talking to the legislators and people like that with him, using my weight in places that he didn't really have. He only really had the knowledge of it all. And he had the doctors, and he had everybody who was behind him. So with that being said, when me and him joining forces, it really made people downtown pay attention. We got that bill passed, and I know that me and Dr.
That's him breaking up.
The Black Caucus was trying to stop it. They was trying to fit. You know, everybody was like, man, that shit ain't gonna never pass in Atlanta. They'll never let that shit happen in Atlanta. And once we got it done, it's like now everybody want to be involved. I understand you want to be involved, but it's gonna just cost everybody, and it's gonna cost you, because you got to understand the education of it. You know what I mean? Just to get into something just cause it's there, and you ain't even fight for it, but you want to get there and act like your wallet gonna jump over people. See, this one thing I want everybody to understand is that you're not gonna walk down there in the Capitol and act just cause you got some money and them people gonna pay attention. They don't look at artists and entertainers as people that's smart. They think we done because we only do one thing in life to get our money. So when you walk into a place like the Capitol, and you dealing with people who dealing with legislators and all that, you gotta know what you're talking about and have somebody that can speak. I can speak so much, but the doctor the one that's gonna do the real speaking. Gipp gonna just get there and do the introduction.
So let me ask you this, man. Like, especially in this question for both of y'all, because we all been in the game for a while. How important is it to have those type of connections, like from a political side, from knowing politicians and knowing people downtown and big time officials, as far as being in the position you are?
And shit, just knowing not what to do, knowing what to do, learning the law, and so you can be A-OK.
That's right.
So what I'm saying is, like, do you think if rappers was educated as far as like going downtown, knowing the commissioner, knowing the sheriff, knowing this person, knowing that person, do you think it's beneficial for them to know them type of people?
Yeah, I know it for a fact, King, because I know that when I stepped down there with Doc in that Capitol, I ain't see no rappers. I ain't see no rappers. I ain't see nobody representing nothing from the music.
No
business.
trappers, nothing.
Nobody.
Hey, can I say this?
After a while, then I started seeing this music group of people in one room in the Capitol. I started seeing that. I saw Big Bruh came down there. You know, Dallas made his goddamn, round. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Then, we seen they do the little thing for Puffy them. I be knowing what's going on. Nothing wrong with it. But I think that all of us now at this point, we got to be bigger than just music. If we gonna stay in the money part of the city and the growth of this city, it can't just we did our music shit.
Right.
I can only educate myself to be able to have real conversations about what we're going to do in the state of Georgia. And the state of Georgia is about to expand so big, man. People don't even understand. Like, we think about music, but think about this. The music, the time of the music, that's the old hoe. She been fucked a million times. Excuse my language. But I'm saying the new cannabis business. Also, this the new thing. They're about to open up resorts in Georgia.
Right.
They're about to do entertainment resorts in Georgia. You know, that's not even something we do in the South. That's something, you know, that's Cali, Nevada, Arizona. They're going to start doing resorts in Atlanta. At the same time, they bringing gambling to Atlanta.
That's what we need.
They're about to put Clayco County is about to be the new where you go get your goddamn land at. Clayco, right now, the lowest land in Atlanta. You know why it's the lowest land?
Why is that?
They ain't gave a fuck because what they really wanted to do with Clayco is cut Clayco up and turn it into another runway for the airport. But since they can't wrestle the airport from the brothers, what they gonna do? They gonna bring that gambling and the resorts in. So right now, down 75, they're about to build a 12 block downtown, and they're about to build a horse and dog track with an amusement park connected. So everything in Clayco, think about all that shit up and down Tar Boulevard. That shit gonna turn into sky high property.
We need to build it.
It's gonna Tar Boulevard. It's gonna be Buckhead, man. It's gonna be Far Road in a minute. Houses, everything as far as you know, that kind of stuff. Everything about to go up. Another strip that's about to go up in Atlanta, food and industrial.
Okay, they're gonna take the money out of the food and industrial.
Yep, they about to turn food and industrial up and turn that airport into a secondary airport for Hartsfield.
Right there, off the exit. Huh?
Yep, right there off the exit.
Are you talking about right there where Charlie Brown is?
Right there where Charlie Brown is. That shit, they about to act up, X. They about to act up, X.
So they're gonna make that. That's gonna be like all LaGuardia.
Yeah, they know they can't wrestle. They can't wrestle the Hartsfield from nobody, so they're gonna have to create another one. And I'm telling you, it's either gonna go down there or they're gonna put it in Swan.
So what we talking about again though, Gipp, is because you're talking about stepping outside of rap and becoming an entrepreneur. Me and Daz talk about this all the time, and the reason why I had Daz on the show because I was supposed to do him and Jeff this week along with you. Daz and Jeff get up in the morning. They talk about a lot of financial things that be going on, like how different ways you can make money. And one of the main reasons, I wanted to have you on because you broke outside of the music and started doing like gift goodies. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So what I'm hearing is it's important for us to get involved in the growth of Atlanta opposed to just making money, correct?
Yeah, and we got to get educated, man. We got to educate ourselves.
But a lot of times when it comes to the money here in the city, nobody's educating us as far as how to get the money. Like I know a lot of cats that, you know, me and you, we know everybody getting to the money, but nobody's going, hey, Gipp, take that 10 and invest that over there, and let me show you. You can go and take 30 and invest it over here. Nobody's educating you on that game. So if don't nobody kind of give it to you or it kind of fall in your lap, you kind of out the loop.
You're kind of out the loop, but I can tell y'all this. They about to spend $700 million from East Point all the way back to Hateville. They're about to create a whole nother city inside of Atlanta. $700 million. So right now, I know Bigg involved, builder. You know what I mean?
Right.
We got to crank up our other businesses, our other things, because right now they are about to open up this South Side sector, and it's gonna start looking like a whole nother city around the airport.
Well, I know. Well, the one thing I you know, even with the guy I had on a couple of weeks ago, Harold Dennis, he ran for sheriff out here in DeKalb County. One of the main reasons why I've been getting involved with politics is because I'm noticing a lot of the politicians that have been elected to these offices, that's in these offices now, in these communities that we grew up in, they giving our communities away for the dollar right now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, that's why so many. I mean, that's why Killer Mike, that's why T.I., that's why Big Boy, a lot of the brothers, that's why a lot of people are so powerful right now. That's why Killer Mike's so powerful right now, because it's about, we got, you know, down there in the Capitol, man, they don't care how many records you sold. They don't really care about your records. They don't really care about what you did in the music business. It got to be about the money. You know what I mean? So the biggest thing is about understanding where we're going and attacking the place that you want to attack. Like with Funky having what he's having, like everybody that even like the people phone with, like, you know, our people that you got to come back to Atlanta and do what you're doing in California. We got to do what we got to do down there in Fort Valley. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's what I know. Like,
I don't want to say it, but we buying land and everything down there. So
that's what, and I see. You know what I mean? So my thing for everybody is that we have to get educated, man, outside of what we know, man. I tell my dude that all the time, bro. Like, you have to learn something else to be. You got to be bilingual right now. You got to be bilingual. The music game, man, it's over. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm happy you said the music game. So let's go into that now. Being that you come from an era where, and we both come from an era where, when you know you had a record, you know you was talking about doing 500,000 to $1 million the first week, and that was the standard. That's what you know, for you to be great out the box. You know, you was 500,000 or $1 million out the box.
Yep.
Now we know those numbers as far as records sold has diminished all the way down to the 1,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how is it for you as an artist going from those days when the expectations was 500,000 to $1 million sold to now there is no expectations except for, like, if you do 1 million streams or if you do 2 million streams, that's called being, you know, doing well.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny, man, because you know, to have a brother in your crew like Killer Mike and what he doing, you watching his streams go up, you watching the crowd, you watching it's just a different way of getting at people now. You know, I think with the older artists, we just got to learn how to pick up the speed of where the game is now. You know, all that waiting and doing one song and not just, man, you just got to flood the system, man. You just got to keep dropping music until something catch, and I'm learning that from Daz. You know what I mean? Like, Daz the one that taught me and Cujo that. Like, everything you see me and Cujo doing right now on the side, like the new ATLA album where Cujo put his album, that's knowledge we get for Cuz. So Cuz kind of really educating us on how to just don't stay in that old school major mind frame. We got to keep putting shit out, because at the end of the day, we stacking catalog, and hey, we might not get a hit. We might get a hit 3-4 records down the line, and then somebody go back and buy all 4 ATLA albums. You know what I mean?
Right. So basically, it's like what Funky always says. Really, right now, as an artist and even as an independent artist, until you catch that record, really is about just building your catalog.
Hey, man.
Because really, I look at it right now, X, that I already got a catalog, but like, to me, this is the greatest shit that could have ever happened to the music business, because it really woke everybody up. It's like it woke you up. It's like, if you got an old catalog before the world shut down, then you should have been working on a new catalog now. So when the world opened up, shit, you did a whole nother 15, 20 songs that's building your catalog again, and you getting reattached with the new audience, with the new people running shit. And that's all we gotta do. We gotta keep with the youngest. The youngest only call us old head because we ain't on their speed. But shit, I got plenty of music. I got music with Dad, music with I got some music like shit. You gotta put it out. How can we just put it out?
Hey man, not to interrupt you, Gipp, but Daz was the same person that told me, hey man, this is my nigga guys. We're gonna go through guys. We're gonna just put this shit out. We're gonna build our catalog, and you're gonna make a check every motherfucking month. And everything he said happened. So I'm on my 11,000. Nigga be like, nigga, you got 11,000. You ain't blow up. Shit, I get a check every month.
As long as you stay eating.
So Dad, since you the game master, I'm gonna give some of that good game. Tell a young artist what you need to be doing right now to stay relevant right now.
What you do to stay relevant is you stay on the internet, you stay dropping singles, you stay dropping posters, pictures, JPEG. You get your YouTube page, keep stuff active on there, publish your songs. I'm finna get me a royalty check on the 12th. You know what I mean? From BMI, you know what I'm saying? And then I get another check next month from ASCAP. So I get paid twice from BMI and ASCAP.
So you signed to both companies, ASCAP and BMI?
I signed with ASCAP first, did a bunch of songs on there, then I retired and went to BMI. And so I split my songs in half.
So let me ask you this. This is one thing I know a lot of people don't really talk to artists about. And since I got two OGs on here for real that know the importance of publishing, kind of explain to the audience for real, like how important publishing your song, having them registered, and you know, knowing the splits and how everything work on the record.
Tell them, Gipp.
That's the most important thing you need to know, because that's the way you're gonna eat when you're gonna eat while you sleep. Yes. You're gonna eat while you sleep. It's just like I remember, man, I remember OG told me, he said, Gipp, don't never sell your publishing until you're ready to retire. Because when you retire, you can watch it. When you're working, you're supposed to be working. You're supposed to be stacking catalog and stacking publishing. But, you know, if you're going to retire, that's when you're supposed to retire, because you know how much money you got sitting up in the actual system. So it's very important, because I can tell you this. You have to always check these publishing splits, because, boy, we've been going back over certain shit, man. People have went back in there. I don't know how people do this.
They trying to rewrite history.
Yeah, man, but people going back in and they changing shit. So whether it's the lawyers, whether it's somebody over here that's on the record doing a whole nother deal.
I'm gonna go back in and change some shit on that bitch ass too.
Yeah, you better go and check that shit, cause man, we've been catching a lot of records, like from the first record. A lot of people went back in and changed shit, man. So it's very important for artists to stay on top of that, because that's where the lawyers, that's where sound is changed. A lot of these motherfuckers just be having checks sitting up waiting on artists, and artists don't even know they got money over there.
So what
people that ain't got paid for people that ain't got paid for like singing on the record, they go to Sound Exchange and they try to get more percentage for performance. See, this is for performance. So, you know, I had a problem with this girl named Nancy Fletcher. You know, she sung on a bunch of shit, but we paid her for that shit. She signed off, cash, paid taxes. Now she coming back 25 years later talking about she want to get 25% of the song. Bitch, you didn't even write nothing.
What she did? She just sung on the record?
She just sung on the record. Now she's trying to get the performance rights on there. Now that ain't got nothing to do with publishing. Sometimes it got to do with just, I told her I'll give you 2%. I'll help you out, you know what I'm saying? But you already been paid. I got the receipt.
But she want to come back after the record that has some success and claim some money now.
No, she want to come back after she went broke.
Yeah, yep. That's the problem.
And look, I got another piece of game for niggas too, right? As an entertainer, I filed for unemployment.
I did too. Them niggas told me no.
I'm finna get a check for $9,000.
Damn, man, nigga always know what to say on the goddamn.
Man, how you be making this magical money just fall out of everywhere, bro?
Because I worked last year and had W-2s.
What?
You know, when you have W-2s,
right.
So you file for unemployment, they look at all that shit. How many shows I did with Snoop last year with a W-2? Give me that unemployment.
That right.
I'll take that.
See, as a DJ, you can't have W-2s and shit like that. So
yep, I ain't get it either, my nigga.
But we don't have a W-2 because we don't get paid for nobody. We get paid from the dancers.
Yeah, so I got a W-2 from Snoop because we was work for hire like that.
Mm.
Okay, so you was able to file and get it, so you could get an unemployment check
for the next 6 months.
That nigga that lit. What?
and
the world open back up. I love it.
I fuck with people that do taxes and stuff. They was letting me know I didn't get a stimulus check, but I'm gonna get an unemployment.
So you gonna get an unemployment check?
Yeah, but I ain't getting no stimulus though.
I ain't getting none of this shit.
They wouldn't let us get it because we still had that tour on the books. They
y'all
just
still
said
had pussy on y'all hand, Big X. They smell pussy. They slept for an hour.
Hey, man. we live.
Hey, yo, that joke, me and X been doing that joke for 20-something years, huh?
Hey, man, but hey, Gipp. So now, like, you know, now I see, like, even on Instagram, we post a lot about what's going on, man. Like, so tell me, you know, what's your feelings about the whole protest right now? What's going on? You know what I'm saying, with the George Floyd situation? Just give me your perspective of where you at.
These people gonna have to do something. Or they trying to incite a race war. They trying to incite a race war. They ain't told these police to go out here and really goddamn rough these people up in the street. It's too many incidents all the way across the country where it's going on. So it's almost like they trying to incite a race war. But I think we smart enough not to go there. Also, I think the whole Bill Gates thing, I think this is a whole motherfucking goddamn circus going on right now. I think this is 10 rich men that have figured out a way how to fuck with society and corner us all into paying them some kind of money. If you think about it, as soon as the pandemic gone, now we got commercials of masks, pretty masks. Now, you told me that the cloth don't even work, right? The cloth ain't supposed to work, but the cloth got a commercial for $19.99 on the TV. You know what I mean? So it's like the cloth don't work. We don't know if the face thing work. Check it out. I fuck with doctors all day. Doctors say, hey, man, there's some shit airborne. I don't care what you got over your face. It's on you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
if it's airborne, it's in you.
It's like this shit all a scam for them to reach these certain levels, get money, move on to the next scam. Move on to the next scam. So now they saying that what's the next thing? The next thing is gonna be if they can keep with this stopping concerts and stopping sports, they'll be able to control Black America because that's where we make most of our money.
Wow,
This is the reason why we all right now, especially as artists, we have to stop just being artists. We have to be entrepreneurs. We have to figure out a way how to levy our way from music into a business place because that's the only place we have. Because at the end of the day, I don't believe nobody numbers no more, man. I mean, we just watched the whole debacle with 6ix9ine and the Billboard, and we like, look at this shit, bro. It's all coming out. It's all coming out. Everybody pay for everything, huh? Ain't nobody earned nothing in this new world.
But there's another thing. I mean, and I got let me unmute Daz. I don't know what he's doing. He might be talking, but listen, because I got to unmute him, man. It's like when you say all that shit is coming out, it's crazy because we always knew about, you know, shit like that. Now, Billboard spots, you know, we've been know that. I kind of knew that Billboard spots was being paid for. Like now that you know that shit is being paid for, how y'all feel about that?
I just worry about the units I got stacked in my trunk and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like what I'm saying, as far as a playing field, like here, especially an independent coming in the game right now, he just got signed to a label and he working his ass off out here to get on and get a number one spot. And you got motherfuckers like 6ix9ine and a couple of these major label artists, they just playing the numbers with the label and they making number one. I always said that.
Yeah, but they been in a hole for a while though.
Huh? But listen, I've been saying this shit for a while though. Through the algorithms, they can make whoever they want to make number one.
That's what I'm saying. It's like and then it's like these folk be number one, and y'all know back in the day, if somebody was number one, we heard they album in somebody's car, man. These folk be going number one. Ain't nobody play their music.
And that was the thing when I had Gazi on a couple of weeks ago, and he was going like, well, you know, X, you know, what's the average age of the person that's on the call? And I was going like, yo, well, we 30. That don't mean we don't listen to music. If a motherfucker hot, we know he hot. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that ain't gonna make no difference if I'm 50. If I'm 50, I'm 75. If he hot, he hot.
Yeah. But so that just let you know. That's just let you know that they're trying. It's the problem with our whole industry, man. We are the only industry try to push our OGs out. We are the only industry where the artists, the people like y'all, the DJs, we never are considered to run a label. But we the ones that have made sure that motherfuckers that had a career or had a career. You know what I mean? But we are never considered to run these labels. So that's why, you know, when you get to this age, oh, it's a Ponzi scheme, man. They want to fuck with the dumb. They don't want nothing like us at the top, because then we'll be educating our young. That's why they want to keep the hierarchy of Atlantic the same. Shit has been the same since how long? Now they breaking off into pieces goddamn controlling this, controlling that, controlling YouTube, controlling this, acting like they ain't with this, but they really is with this. It's like, come on, man. Until we get that shit out the game, we just all kind of like we being all tricked because it's like, come on, man, like you got a man goddamn that's a straight up stitch, and these folks and protected him like if Tekashi was look like us, he'd be in jail like Pop. But since Tekashi don't look like us, the record industry stepped in, worked his deal, kept him out of man. I ain't never seen nobody in jail goddamn be on TMZ every week. So what that tell you? What that tell they working with him. They can act like they not.
I'm
you know what I
mean? Can't let me out.
Yeah. It's like
he got so much money, he even paid for Akon to be on the song.
Hey man. Well, you know, people just want to be beside him because they see that he got
I caught that, Daz.
Yeah. People want to be beside him. You know what I mean? But what you don't really understand is that his fame is manufactured. It's manufactured. Right. It's so at the end of the day, that's why they gonna call us haters and they gonna call y'all nigga old head. No, we can just see through the play, my nigga. You know what I mean? Like
see the bullshit.
And it ain't gonna stick in the A. It ain't gonna stick out west. It ain't gonna stick but nowhere up there where y'all we see. Hey man, Al Sharpton just came out and told you he informer. Everybody see, man. Anything to do with the police and that crooked shit, that shit come from up there, man.
Yeah, but it's crazy now. Like I always thought that, like, you know, the police was connected in with what's going on because it's just too much shit happening in this motherfucker. Like you see people like 6ix9ine, and I had this conversation with the DJs all the time about who's hot, who you know what I'm saying? Like what artist is really hot right now? Because when you listen to these artists and you really see in the movement, it's hard to really tell like who really is a big star right now outside of the people that's already been made stars. You get what I'm saying?
The only one that I know right now that's real is Lil Baby. Lil Baby real.
Right.
I can go to LA and hear Lil Baby. You know, goddamn New York, hear Lil Baby. Lil Baby real. You know what I mean? I feel like right now these QC, the biggest record label in the game, they Death Row right now. They doing what Death Row did in the 2000s.
No, I'm thinking outside of it. I'm thinking Xperience outside of, like, you know, the Futures of Lil Babies. And,
well, you know, Future made.
But what I was saying was outside of those guys, they already got budgets. They got $500,000, $1 million budget. Like when I ask DJs, like consensus wise, like who's the hottest? Like who's the nigga right now? Like who's that nigga that's buzzing?
It's really hard to tell because everybody can pay for everything. Everybody can pay for streams. Everybody can pay for goddamn hot on Instagram. You don't know. And then it's like shit. You know what I mean? Like you really don't know right there. And then radio's so confusing. It's a motherfucking war outside. We still playing goddamn dope boy music and goddamn get high music. It's like, man, radio ain't even paying attention to what's going on. The radio don't sound like what's going on outside. Just like when the 60s was going on, you got what's going on. You got all those great records that represented the revolution. Until the streets and the industry are on the same shit, this shit is all fake. All fake. And now why am I going to, and listen, everybody that's on a major label, I'm holding my music. Why? It's the same whack ass shit. What's the difference? You might well put it out. If you not, the message not gonna be the same.
Yeah. Since this quarantine shit been going down, you haven't really been seeing a lot of artists popping up, new album, new singles, and all that shit since this quarantine. You know, them big labels like, we don't know if this shit gonna end tomorrow. We holding to the money.
But I know one of the problems they having is a lot of the music that they putting out is not fitting the times. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to put out a booty shaking record and you got a motherfucking niggas outside about to die from the virus. You know what I'm saying? So.
And X, I'm gonna tell you, that's the whole thing. Like even like last night, they asked me about it, and I said, hey man, we gotta stop with all that old shit, man. We gotta stop with all that old shit in hip hop. We gotta stop with that shit because I said, man, look, who else you would want to speak on this shit besides Goody Mob?
Hey, thank you. I'm about to say it, but shit, I'm glad.
Who else you want to speak on it?
Like niggas, like like that.
But right now,
hold on, X. I want to hear that. I want to hear a Scarface album. I want to hear some shit with, I just want to hear some more shit like that. No bullshit. I do want to hear the Dog Pound album. Because y'all gonna talk. I want to hear another Cube album. Because y'all gonna talk about that shit. From it.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is they took that from the music. That's the one thing that was missing. Like, prior to, building up to this, I was listening to the, the Black Ice and a lot of them records and a lot of the shit that y'all was spitting, Soul Food. It was y'all had a conscious message to what was going on, even with what was going on at the time. A lot of what's going on now, and it's like what I talked about with Zaytoven last week on New Music Monday. All the music just sound the same. Everybody's on the same wave. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm gonna just follow whatever the last nigga did. I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Because you have a whole bunch of people. This is my problem. You got a whole bunch of people in New York that want to control the game. They'll let people come down here to Atlanta. Now, if I take a group to New York, they'll tell me no. But if a New York cat come down here and he act like he fuck with us and he take one of us up there, they assign it, right? Because he brought it up there. Right. Same way with LA. Dash could probably take somebody in New York and say, this nigga hot. They'll say, fuck that. He'll walk out the office, come right back in with another guy, and they assign it just to get you out the way. So that's the problem with a lot of shit, that nothing is going to connect because off top, they're trying to separate you from your base.
Right.
Period. You know what I mean?
But one thing we got to look at too, man. I was talking to who was I talking? I was talking to one of I think me and Orlando were talking about this the other day. I was just amazed that we 20, 30 years into hip hop now, and we don't have no black music executives like at the top. Like
they want it like that. They want it like that, King. They want
like nigga. No black person really have signing power.
They don't want that because they know if they put a black person in there, we gonna start doing black music. What they want is for you to walk in, look at that man, and he say, "Ooh, I want some money like Jay-Z." Them. They give you some money, and you gonna have to do exactly the kind of music they want you to do. That's it. They don't want no real music in the game. That's why they gonna. I said this in the interview with Bigg. He said, "Gipp, what's the difference between y'all music and everybody else's music in from the 90s?" I said, we did not have no white man sitting there telling us what the fuck to say and do. And everybody else, I look around from, you can go up in them offices and Leo will tell you, I made all these niggas who got there and walk around here. I did that. You can go to goddamn LA. Dr. Dre don't open his mouth and let Jimmy F. Bean sitting right next to him. Tell me, bruh. I see the same thing y'all see. But Dr. Dre shouldn't have to sit up under him, but he do, because he the one made him, right? Same way with Jay-Z. Leo gonna always walk in the room and say, I made Jay-Z. So that's the problem. But then look at that. An artist like Dr. Dre and Puffy and Jay-Z looked at as being bigger people than L.A. Reid. Why? Because they Jewish funded. I'm just telling the truth.
Because I see, like, even as big as LA is, they still kind of hold it, they don't really hold their nuts on him, but they don't really give it up to him.
They hold their nuts on that man. They hold their nuts because he the only executive that can say, I've been in the group, I've been on the stage, I wrote the songs. Now, has Leo ever wrote a song?
Nope.
Has Greenwald ever wrote a song?
Nope.
All these people that hold all the power, have they ever wrote a song or was an artist? No, but they can tell you who you are, your value, and what they feel like they should pay you. Why?
Yeah, I always wondered that because I was just like, just being in the industry for the longest, man. Like, you go in them offices and you playing your music for people that ain't never did music before.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's like we love Master P to death, but Master P ain't never got no respect from the industry. Why? Because he was from goddamn New Orleans and he paid for his own and he wanted his own. He wanted to have the master. Since he ain't got them suck no dick, you ain't got no BET awards, no Music Music Awards, no nothing, no Grammy, no nothing, nigga. You gonna be just like 50 Cent. You just gonna say you got some money, but your music ain't gonna be worth nothing because we don't goddamn control it.
So
that's the game. Until we get these folks up out of these labels Until we get these folks up out of hip hop business, hip hop ain't gonna never be right again. Because these people sitting at the top is gonna pay these. What they doing to the youth now? They just overpaying.
Hey, yo, the only one I can say that's doing that, the only one I say that's really out here making sure motherfuckers got their music out and paying motherfuckers is Gazi.
Gazi. I can say that. I can say that. I can look at Lil Mozzie and seeing the change. You know what I mean? Since he got some change.
Right.
It's like, you know what I can look at certain artists. Like
Empire.
Gazi is working right. You know what I mean? Like
I know shit, Fuzz. You know
so from both of y'all both saying it's very beneficial to be independent right now because you can control your destiny opposed to being signed to a label. Because being signed to a label, you really being a slave. You really they slaving you.
You slave you, bro.
I say it like this too. I use both as a tool. Me being in a group, I go get a deal for that.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna help sell my independent stuff that's me, that I'm dropping every time. And I ain't gotta sell that much to be going to make $1 million.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I still own it. I'm gonna license it out. And then 35 years later, I'm gonna get it back.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I mean? That's how you got to think. That's how you got to think from now on. Cause really, man, all these artists think about it. Yeah, you know why they paying y'all so much up front? Cause they know y'all gonna fuck it up, and they know your music ain't worth nothing. That's why all the Jews getting out of the music game, man. Because they said the music that these kids making these days won't hold the same value as the music that we made.
Yeah.
It won't hold the same value. Nobody's staying at number one longer than an hour.
You crazy.
So there's a new number one every week, huh?
Hey man, only artist I can give my hat off to this year is Rowdy Rich. Man made a beautiful album, made a real consistent, from top to the bottom. He made a real album. That's why that shit stayed up there for 6-7 weeks. Real good, man. Shine for LA. LA needed that.
Yeah.
So Rowdy Rich, if you ask me, he stayed number one longer than everybody. That means that he made a real project. Outside of everybody else, man, they were following what the wave was.
He still sell, like, I go to the flea market just to ask, because the flea market ain't gonna lie. That's why you sell all my CDs and shit. I go in there and hang out and find out what's hot for real. Find out what's on the mixtape. And Roddy Rich still selling. So
that's what I'm saying. You make real records.
You right about that.
You make real records, you'll be around. You don't make when you doing what they telling you to do, that shit goddamn number one for an hour. And then they get the little show money. And then, but if you think about it right now, how many of these artists are we gonna remember from this time? Because at the end of the day, when the pandemic happened for me, that shit just erased a lot of niggas' careers because they was on their hot moment. They might not get it back. Oh boy,
listen, and that's what I was telling Funky the other day. I say this shit like ground zero right now. Cause it's like, nigga, ain't nobody hot right now, nigga. It's like, nigga, everything is on a reset button. Like, nigga, reset this bitch. Let's go.
Take it from
a nigga. Be public enemy around this motherfucker.
Take it from a nigga that's at the club. So I went back to Stroker for one day. That bitch was packed. I'm thinking, damn, what I'm gonna play? So what I did was I took that set from your new radio show I gave you, X, from CoolestDJs.com. I just played all that new shit, and it worked.
That's where it's at. That's where it's at. Like, we
didn't play no old shit. I didn't win it with all the little baby.
I told the DJs last night, I said, man, if y'all want to see change, y'all got to change it, bro. Y'all got to remember, Red Alert back then was only playing real shit. We got to get back to thinking about them DJs that really broke hip hop. Like, them DJs was only playing your shit unless your shit was up to par.
Right.
And I think that we've all gotten so wrapped up in the crack era of the music game that we just, shit, this might work, that might work, that might work. Nigga be telling you, man, I just started rapping 2 months ago. And niggas would be playing that shit. He ain't earn nothing.
But it go back to like what Wallow was saying. Like I think that was Wallow or Gilly. It's like back then the dope boys wanted to be in the music business. They would go find rappers. Now the motherfucking dope boys is the rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
and that's why the game got that. That's why the game the way it is right now, man. Like it's like, man, this ain't for dope boys, man. This for artists, man. When do we turn our motherfucking we the only industry and turn this shit into a goddamn whoever want to sign up. It's like, come on, man. Just cause a nigga got some money don't mean you should take it and give him a shot at doing this. That's why the art form itself ain't getting no respect from the younger people, because how we let people in so fast and so quick. It's like, man, do you understand how these niggas can't even do a show without playing their music? And they supposed to be hot.
Yeah.
How you hot? You can't even go up on stage and do your records without playing the record.
Right.
It's crazy. Like, I'm just like, bro, everything that we had to do, what Dad's doing. Man, I remember the first time Dog Pound Goody Mob in front of Big A stove. Man, them boys got out there and rapped that shit off the cuff. Gipp, we rap that shit off the cuff. These young niggas, they come, they play the music. Them niggas walk across stage, let you see they jury, then it's over.
Right.
You be like, what is that?
There's some new shit, and they getting paid top dollar to do that shit.
Yeah, top dollar, my nigga. Top catching private planes and everything. And I'm like,
I
man,
ain't never caught a private plane.
I'm like, man, I don't know, Bill. You know what I mean?
But don't you think that
they ain't gonna make no money?
But Dad, let me ask you this: don't you think that happened because they made like the production equipment, like from the MPC to all that shit? They made it so accessible to everybody. Because I remember when I first started producing, nigga, you had to have some money to have an MPC or 1200. You get what I'm saying?
3G.
You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, they making computers and shit with, you know, you can download some free shit and make a beat. You know what I mean? And niggas is rapping over that shit and putting it out.
Fruit Loops, they said you can draw the beat.
Yeah, nigga, listen, bro, I'm telling you, I got a nephew right now and it fucked me up because he be going, you with that old school shit, man, you can draw that shit in. And I was like, nigga, you can't draw, but that's what I was saying this because I was on a Zoom this past weekend with this girls group that do coding. They're actually doing coding to make beats. Like, you know how you code a computer? They're doing coding to make beats. So, but the only thing about it, like I was telling them, you can't put feeling through coding. You get what I'm saying? Music is feeling and creativity. You can't put that through coding. You know what I mean? It's got to be a feeling that you feel when you're making that music.
It's like hitting the lotto, thinking of three numbers.
Hey, apparently it's a feeling because they doing it. So
yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm telling you. But this is what I'm telling you, Froggy. All the music sounds the same. Like everybody used the same drum sounds. The way it was about the 90s that was different about the 90s, everybody had a sound. Dre had a sound. P-Rock had a sound. Organized Noise had a sound. Dallas Austin had a sound. Jermaine even had a sound.
You know how we had a sound? You know how we had a sound? Because had the MPC or whatever we had, but we was getting the sounds off records.
Yeah.
We was sampling off records. You know, we hear a clap, we take that clap off the record, we take this little tie hat, drum kit, all that shit off a record. But that made it sound good. Analog.
Yeah, analog was always the best records, man. That's just that tape always just made your shit sound better, more heavy and fatty. That shit made it drop. You know what I mean? I think all the music now just sound thin. It sounds thin and turned.
That's Pro Tools.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't even know if these kids even ride around with big speakers no more. Ain't no use to.
But when we go back and we think about music, man, when you think about just the education of music, like we didn't teach this new generation tools about music. Like they didn't grow up learning the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's another divide that we had too. Like when we grew up, our mom and daddy listened to Marvin Gaye and Motown. We listened to hip hop.
Yeah, they don't really have that connect. I had to tell when I was having a conversation with CeeLo one day, I was like, bro, like the young kids, as soon as it sound like a sample or sound like some old shit, they disconnect. They don't want it. Because if you think about it, if you've been born in the last 20 years, you grew up off hip hop, period.
Right.
Yeah. So if it sound old, they instantly like, nah, I ain't fucking with that.
I mean, the thing that got me, and I had to go back and think about it, man, like, you know, we were sampling records that was 10 years, 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them records that they sampling now, like when I hear niggas sampling a Lil Jon record or some old Atlanta shit or some old rap record, I'm talking about they literally went and sample the rap record. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It kind of throw me out because I'm like, damn, they didn't go and sample the original. They went and sample the record. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't connect with that because they didn't grow up in that era. We did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think that's where the disconnect is. That's where the disconnect. But I think another disconnect is just not us just opening our mind. Like I make it my business, y'all. You know what I mean? I make it my business to fuck with the young cats. I've always, you know, soon as Trinidad came out, I was like, look at little Trinidad. I fuck with him. Like I love the Migos, you know, Danny Zucker over there. You know what I mean? So it just the young cats. I just always take a liking to them because I just be like, shit, I love the energy. But I just know in other places, and a lot of people don't really fuck with their young. And I think with us having a connection to Future, it kind of gave us a little bit more opportunity to have a conversation with the youngest because they could look at Future arms and say, well, Future got Dungeon Family on his arm. Shit, okay. Future fuck with them, I fuck with them. You know what I mean? So I think with our connection with the young folk, just like the other night, I went to the studio with Blanco Brown. And I'm like, people don't even know in Atlanta, that boy was #1 for 17 weeks, country music, 3-4 million sold, running his own label, doing everything from the producing to the writing. People don't even know that because we so caught up in just hip hop, we don't even got there celebrate the other people who talented enough to do the other forms of music. And just to go into his environment, I'm like, now look at this. This boy sing country music, but I walk right in the studio on East Side at Bolo Spot, and it pistols and everything looking just like an East Side. You know what I mean?
Right.
I said, boy, this nigga, he got a whole thing. This nigga sing country music, but he a gangster. You know what I mean? Like his crew, they do it like an Atlanta nigga. He from the West Side. So with that being said, I'm like, damn, like we got to expand and take what we've gotten from this, and we got to give it to the ones that's good. We got to give our time to the ones that we know doing it for real. Because a lot of these cats, man, when this shit dry up and ain't no more hit, you gotta realize when I was on the road with Nelly, I damn near missed a whole goddamn look in Atlanta. Like the bite down and all that shit that was going on. I missed that whole shit going on. You know, when the club was cracking right there, that party like a rock, I missed that whole era, nigga. Like, so when I came back home, I was like, huh? Yeah, I'm out of touch. You know what I mean? I had to sit here for a minute and be like, boy, this shit moving fast. You know, but we have to congratulate the ones that are good, like Lil Baby. The records he has sold as fast as he has sold them, incredible.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Incredible.
I contribute that to Coach. Coach been in the game for a while, so he educated on the business and he know how to, like, the whole thing I learned from being in it so many years, Gipp, is being able to maneuver in those buildings. As long as you can maneuver in them buildings, that's what make the difference. You know what I'm saying? And knowing the right people in them buildings. You know, as slimy as some of these motherfuckers are in this shit, you do got some good people in those buildings too that want to help you and that want to see you succeed. You know what I mean?
And it'd be a trip, but them people fuck around and be the first one they fire, folks. The ones that's gonna help you. The ones that's gonna help you, them be the one to get fired, man. And that's why you be sitting there for a minute, be like, yo, do people want you to win or are they setting you up to lose?
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of times I be looking at it like shit. I think it's a setup to lose. I think a lot of time, a lot of these cats, you know, even when I look at the independent dude that's gonna get these deals, right? You gonna spend $70,000-$80,000 into getting this motherfucker hot, then you go sign a deal. They give you a single deal for $60,000. You lost. I mean, you didn't even win nothing. You didn't gain nothing from it. You could have stayed independent and did that shit.
Shit, Colonel Lyle gave V103 $60,000 just to start that California record. And where his career at?
Shit over with.
That's all I be saying.
You know, a lot of times it trip me out. It's just
like you be wanting to really at some point you be trying to ask people, hey man, what's the real cost on this? What's the real cost on this? Nigga don't never be wanting to tell us. They be wanting to keep that. I'm like, bro, if I never know what the cost is, I can't use it. But if we don't never have a conversation of, hey man, these the prices, this how it works, then we still hurting ourselves. We not growing as fast as we should, and we giving the majors time enough to come in and steal our work.
Right.
Every time we don't work together. That's all I'm saying. Like Atlanta, it needs to be a committee of us working together. But when I see this group of fly people got to go over here and this group of fly people over here, and then they don't really incorporate the ones that represent the street, I be like, man, niggas can keep playing checkers all day. You know what I mean? But ain't nothing gonna stick. Anything that stick, all Atlanta get on it. Anything that don't stick, everybody ain't connected.
Right.
We got to stay connected, especially on the artists that we know is gonna represent us right. Because I don't know how long we gonna have the ball, man. Like shit, we had a 20-year run, man. This shit gonna have to hop off us one day.
Yeah, and that was one. Like, listen, bro, I made a call a couple of weeks ago for all the DJs because I just been feeling that way because I'm looking around the city, man, and this shit really just became more about the money than it came about actually pushing the artists. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I've been around this shit long enough. That was the first downfall I seen from New York. It became more about the money than it became about the music. You get what I'm saying? And now I'm seeing like the downgrade of the music here in Atlanta. Not to say that the artists ain't good. It's just a lot of the music that's peeking through and poking through don't really represent the city. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, they living here in the city, but it ain't representing the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a whole other thing going on.
And that's why I was telling the DJs, I just asked them, I say, and you can go back and look at my post. I asked this shit back in December or November. Name me 5 of the hottest niggas in the city right now.
Yep. You really can't. And then let me tell you something with me, X. It just when people come to me and say, man, give me shit. I dropped the Toe Cars record. I got a record coming out with Cam. I got a record coming out, the ATL Top 20 record. Like my thing be this. I sit around and watch all these folk act like they can act like just because they got a certain amount of money, they somewhere else, they act like they the best. Well, if y'all the best, where y'all new music at? All I see is a whole bunch of motherfuckers trying to get together and wrangle us together and make money off what we doing. That's all I see. And stealing acts from the South. Niggas ain't got no more juice. Niggas just going around stealing nigga shit. And if you believe and look up to them people like that, you give your life away. But my thing is, we got to stay, from my era, everybody stayed on their side of the street, did their thing. We didn't look at no another man that's better than us or bigger than us. And that's the shit that in hip-hop I can't take, bro. I can't sit around and hold no other man jock and shit like how these cats be doing out here, man, because I fought the war. So I ain't going to never, ever be... all these people that they say, the people, them my peers. Okay? Right. And it's going to always be like that. And we ain't going to never have the money that the New York artists had because we ain't had the Leos and all that involved with our careers. You know what I mean? To do all the extra shit the way they got. But when it comes to doing music, man, come on, man. Represent. Let's make sure the DJs say this. Hey, man, for the ones that earned the right and sold the records, we should play them niggas' music regardless, man. We should never make them feel like they gotta quit. Like don't make us feel like that because these other folk they saying they the best. They ain't got, like they ain't even got no music. They trying to figure out a way how to make youngers pay goddamn the old heads for being in rap. Come on, man. Y'all know that.
But that was one of the reasons why I had Elwood J and Shadi them on the show because a lot of times with Atlanta being so rich in success in the hip hop business, we never talk about, when you go to hip hop, they always talk about Grandmaster Flash, Grandmaster Theodore, Grandmaster this one. You know what I'm saying? We never talk about the founding fathers of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? We never give it up to Raheem. We never give it up to Shadi. We never give it up to Toon. All these niggas that was that really put the work in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
These niggas, like if you a nigga from Atlanta right now making $1 million, you gotta respect a nigga like Edward J. You gotta respect a nigga like Sadi. You gotta respect a nigga like Raheem the Dream. You have to. Them the niggas who they put it on the map.
You have to. And if you don't, I mean, you from that mind frame, that other mind frame that didn't make us. You know, the mind frame that got us here is everybody help everybody. Everybody support everybody. And I just be like, this new shit of, you know, folding under niggas' money and titles, man, I just be like, man, that ain't the hip hop I remember, man. That's why the game fucked up. Because everybody trying to be, while you looking over there at them folks shit, you could be over here building your own empire.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing that I keep trying to tell Atlanta, man. Stop looking at that made up bullshit. These people be, every time they say something, they got to put it in the press. They do this. I said, man, come on, man. Atlanta got to stay down and do what we do. Because that shit is make-believe out there, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's make-believe. You know what I mean? So that's what I say. I say, man, all the artists like myself, man, that really want to kick, cause people gonna really trip out for this new Goody Mob record, man. Like we going back in the month, like people gonna really, really trip out. Cause I'ma tell you, we all sound like new individuals, but the same individuals with the same weight and we still talking about the same shit. So for me, I'm like, man, this is the second chapter of Soul Food Part 2. And this is the first time since Soul Food they're organized doing the whole album.
Wow.
So for me, if we never do it again, I came in, I'm a lead just like I came in. I'm a lead with these boys and under their tutelage and under what Ray think, under what Reek, what Sleepy think, we should say. This is the first time that I've really been comfortable again back in the studio as an artist because they was the ones that brought me into it. So they the most comfortable that I'm in the studio. We don't have to worry about it. So this is the first time in a long time that I'm just figuring that I could just be an artist. So the Toe Cards records was to help him and help myself. Yeah, then the ATL Top 20, I'm out here giving back. I'm giving back in every way I can from, and we still got the Goody Mob 25th anniversary tour still rolling August 23rd on to November, December. You know what I mean? Whatever. But, you know, but my thing is that don't forget the ones that still out here pushing, man, because with this cannabis business turn, we can do the same thing that we took in hip hop and create that whole thing over here in cannabis like the West Coast got. Y'all know how Be Real them got that shit crunk. They got the festivals. Atlanta's so behind on the festivals and all that kind of shit. It's a lot. I mean,
but you know, a lot of that shit is because you know niggas that know how to do the festival, they don't want to let other niggas eat. And Atlanta got to stop that shit, man. It's like if you got a little information, man, share that information with another brother that can take that shit and go further. He ain't asking you to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? If I'm coming to you and you know a little bit, you can say, hey, bro, you might need to go over here and talk to this guy, talk to that guy. Maybe they can help you. That's more information than keeping the shit to yourself and not helping me at all.
That's that, and I think that's the problem, man. That's the problem. You know, everybody trying to goddamn keep their little piece of little power. When at the end of the day, man, fuck your little piece of little power. Let's all work together and keep everybody strong. Cause everybody ain't supposed to be in the Capitol. Everybody ain't supposed to. That's why. See, they can't say nothing to me. I know I was the first nigga from the rap community walking there and shake the governor's hand and go in the governor's eye. I know I was.
I saw you.
They don't even fuck with the governor. You know, we fuck with the mayor, and that's cool. But look at that again. Gipp driving and doing a whole nother thing that niggas can't even really try and do or didn't want to do. But I'm building that road, my nigga, for us. Like I'm gonna build my road with these folk, cause these folk ain't gonna be at the top forever. So, but at the same time too, this Atlanta, man. Black people run the city, white people run the state. That's just
right. Oh yeah, we run the city, they run the state. And that's why I asked you that question earlier, man. Like, you know, how important it is for us to get involved, you know, in the politics, in the community shit that's going on, outside of just giving away chickens and food and bicycles and shit at Christmas and Thanksgiving time. There's a lot more shit going on in the community throughout the year than just giving away. You know, it's great that we do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we gotta get more involved in the community and into the politics of what's going on, man. Like when even from my Instagram, I took it upon myself. I stopped posting a lot of just dumb shit and start posting informational shit because for real, before the pandemic happened, I knew niggas was sleep. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, nigga was sleep like hell. Nigga been sleep, man. That nigga don't care nothing about some money and some jury. The only nigga that would get money with the jury, man. The ice bar. They getting all these nigga jury, man. All these nigga money, man. So yeah, they was sleep. Cause they doing what sleep people do.
So it's like even when I look at your page, like I see, you posting informational shit, letting these niggas know, okay, it's some other motherfuckers here than us. You know what I'm saying? There's some aliens out here, and it's real. You know what I mean?
Just so real, man. Like my daddy brought back pictures from Egypt years ago, and he brought these pictures back and was showing me like the spaceships and all that shit on the walls and on the Egyptian on the pyramids. He was like, son, we ain't in this universe by ourselves. We'd be totally arrogant to feel like we the only one been here. And he said, if a person ever go to Egypt and stand by them goddamn them pyramids, there no man didn't do that by himself. Ain't no way.
Right. Not during that time. Ain't no way a man could have did that.
And man ain't do that by himself, man. That was the desert and nothing but the desert. So what was moving shit in the desert? So with that being said, there's a lot of shit, man. But I'm from the country, man. I ain't seen Bigfoot and everything, man. I tell you, all kind of scare folks with the shit I ain't seen. Yeah, man. Give me a scene Bigfoot, man. I swear I got 2-3 cousins that was in the car with me that seen it with me. They older than me, so shit. I'm like, hey, man, I know there's a lot of shit out here in the world. Look, last year they found 200-some species that they didn't even know exist in the world. So with that, with just that, ain't that telling you there's a whole bunch of other shit out here you don't know nothing about?
So let me take you to this though. So because I know you read the book. So you remember in Behold the Pale Horse, right? Mm-hmm. William Cooper said he was on the ship. They was out in the middle of the ocean, and he seen the shit come straight out to sea, shoot straight up in the motherfucking air, and one scene no more. So do you believe? So let me ask you this: do you believe it's a whole other universe up under us?
Oh yeah, it's a whole nother something else going on up under us. See, it's places we can't get. So understand, the places that man can't go, is somebody over there. Man can't go to the bottom of the ocean. Mermaids are real. It ain't fake. Mermaids real. Go and pull up. It's an Australian doctor that was doing research on the coast of Australia. He was a mermaid came up and put his hands on the back of the back of his craft. They got it on tape. Everything that you hear about that you think is fantasy is real. When they make movies like The Predator, that's real.
Oh yeah.
They don't make nothing that ain't real. You think the white boy down in the middle of the jungle fighting some shit they can't see, you think they could just make that up in their head? That's real, man. Star Wars, real. It's real. When you talk about when you look at the blue blood and over here, why is it that in England it's still a king and a queen? Because it represents something else. It's something else. It's other people. It's a whole nother society that we don't know about. It's a whole nother 1% that's been here. So what the 1% know would never be knowledge for the average public. Now, with that being said, go back, do your history. The Germans were the first ones to start going out of space and had spaceships, because Hitler was fucking with them people. You got to just go back and do your history. Everything that we've been taught is what they wanted us to know. Now go and search the world for the information that they didn't want you to know. Now you become a mastermind. So
now I'm gonna go into this other question, because I was digging into this shit the other night and found that a lot of the German scientists that they had doing the when they was killing the Jews, America brought them motherfuckers over here, and those are the scientists that they've been using for years, and these over in the CDC, all these science labs with these doing all this shit, where they was trying to kill off a race of people. So when they developing these viruses and shit, these viruses, like even when they did AIDS was to destroy black homosexuals.
Everything was created. And Africa is used as a place to go test it. Ebola, AIDS, everything. Any kind of disease, they take it and they drop it in a certain part of Africa. Watch how people got them react to it. Africa has always been the testing site for all colors.
It's crazy.
For the Europeans.
It's crazy.
So, I mean, yeah.
It's crazy what they saying in the comments. I didn't mean to cut you off.
What they saying?
Oh, they going in.
On me?
Nah, not in a bad way. They just learning. Motherfuckers saying they scared. There's a lot of motherfuckers just like, wow, y'all giving it up, like pretty much.
No, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, it's everywhere, man. Let me tell you something, man. Everything about what you think is fake will be revealed to you. Think about this, y'all. When we were kids, we could go and pay and go to the Epcot in Orlando, Florida, and we were seeing cellular phones, TVs on the wall, microwaves, flying cars. All that shit was in the Epcot that you were going to pay for to see that was supposed to be the future.
And that was in the 70s. That was in the 70s.
That was in the 70s, right, OG? Now we in the 2020. What the man? Come on, man.
Hold on, wait a minute. You forget the Jetsons. You remember the Jetson cartoon?
The Jetsons.
That was made in the 60s.
Hey man, I got something better than that, Gipp and X. I got some. Remember, I was a cameraman back in the day when you were doing dirty TV too, X. I got the 2002 footage of what niggas was really doing. The first freak nigga, the barbecue. I got all that shit.
That's where it's at, folks.
I got Mojo and them pulled up. I got all that shit in the van. Remember they pulled up with that big ass. They was riding around that big ass Winnebago.
Hey,
Gipp. And a lot of them artists was young back then. I got all that footage though.
Hey, Gipp, one more. Hey, Gipp, one more before I get you out of here, man.
What's up?
Go ahead. I had one more question, but go ahead. He breaking up.
I'm about to try that Tokar remix with Bun B this week.
That hard.
I'm breaking up.
Yeah, you was.
I got Bun B on the remix of that record. That Time Is Right. So I give that to y'all this week.
That's
right.
Crazy. That's crazy.
What else? What you need, Ed?
Hey, so one last question. So the question is, do you believe? Now I got two questions. There's a two-part question. The first question is, do you believe the earth is round or flat?
Do the aliens what?
I say, do you believe the world is round or flat?
Oh shit, man. Them motherfuckers around, man. I mean, they wanted to be flat, but I've been around the world, man. I've been to Oslo. Hold on.
Your phone breaking up. I've been to Oslo. I love Oslo. Oslo the shit.
Okay. I've been to Oslo, where the motherfucking sun don't go down, right?
Right.
Sun don't go down at night. Sun go halfway down the way it is right now, and that's their night. Then that motherfucker go right back up.
Yeah, like around 11 o'clock, it might get dark at 11 and be right back up at 2.
Yeah, so that tells you that, no, sun can't be goddamn flat, because for the sun to goddamn be over here and wind up over here, but it don't even go all the way down, you get to actually see the sun. So that means the world turning. So it's like you got to be at Oslo, you got to see it. Now, hey, if it is flat, shit, man, I don't know. This been one big hell of a trick, bro. Like this been one.
I'm just saying. They say we moving. They say we moving at light speed. Like I'm just trying to figure out how can we be moving. It's just a lot of. I got a lot of questions too, Gipp. So that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah. See, it can't be. The world can't be flat because ain't no other planet flat. See, we're gonna start off with that one logic. Man, okay. they already got bases on the moon. Man already been to goddamn Mars. So with that being said, we know that now in the past month, now we got a space program. Why? Cause them folk way more advanced out there than what they telling us. Now it's about sending folks up there to figure out how we could take populations up there and move in the world. NASA ain't the only space program no more. That means that the private sector ain't got into it. What does that tell you? Real estate.
But they also put trillions of dollars in the NASA, and a lot of people believe that shit fake.
What's that?
NASA.
They believe that's fake?
Yeah. It's a lot of people believe that shit fake.
I know, but have they been down to the NASA program in Huntsville? See, if you ain't did enough study for me, I can't fuck with you, because you got to at least go and see what these folk did. You people, we can say them folk can't do nothing. But let me tell you something my father told me. He said, hey, bro, let me tell you something. Me being in the military for 30, 40 years, half my whole life, I ain't seen shit that the public still don't know about. So with that being said, bruh, it's UFOs, it's people that control this earth. The people on this earth are just people, but it's a whole hierarchy that controls this shit. Do you know every time it get ready to be a world war, don't you see it get stopped? Because it ain't ours to destroy. If you know that it's people that it's pilots that can tell you, hey man, I've been up there and seen all kind of shit flying around, man. It's up there, man. Now, it's people in the Navy can tell you the same shit. Hey man, I've seen all kind of shit out there in that ocean, man. That can't be explained.
Yep. I say some shit.
Hey, Gipp, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I won't go on the cruise, my nigga. I know some shit out there.
I ain't fucking with that. I don't fuck with nothing unless it got 4 corners and concrete. I don't get in no ocean. I don't fuck with that. I ain't no goddamn dolphin. I'm black man. I don't like that. I like the ground, man. I don't fuck with that water. There ain't no fish. I'm gonna stay off that.
Okay. Man. So listen, last question, man, before we get you out of here. So they do say it's a world beyond the Antarctic.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a world. It's an actual country up under all that ice. That was done on purpose to keep you from going over there. Now all of a sudden, now the ice melting, and now motherfuckers going over there. That's because motherfuckers searching and trying to find. But they over there. They been here. It's just that people want contact now. People want contact with these people, man. People want contact with these people, and they here, man. We ain't getting all this technology from some. We ain't thinking up all this shit. We getting it from somewhere.
Right. That technology got to be coming from somewhere.
If a motherfucker say, hey man, I went into a pyramid and I found something that's reminiscent of a computer chip from damn 23,000 years ago, that tell you something, man. These folk been here. It's a whole nother. It's 2 races of people here. It's the reptilians. It's a whole bunch of them.
Oh shit! So hold on. Wait a minute, Gipp. Time out. T.O. nigga. Hold on, T.O. nigga.
It's a whole bunch of them, man.
Hold on, man. So you believe in the reptilian people?
Damn right, I believe in the reptilian people. The Africans talk to them. The Nakis. You go through the history, man. Of course
I know about the Nakis.
Okay, they gonna talk to the black people. They ain't gonna talk to them other people. The black people had a straight up relationship with them people. So you got to look at all the customs that had relationships with aliens. They disappeared. The Mayans, the Anakis. Why? They were special. They weren't supposed to be here. That's it. If you can go down there and see a whole Mayan whole city, but can't nobody tell you where the people went, where do you think they went? It's
okay.
Like, it's common sense. It's common sense, man. It's common sense. It's like you can't be that arrogant to think that we the only ones here. If you that arrogant, you stupid.
Now, now, believe me, I don't believe we're the only people here. But the reptilian thing is that shit there. And I even looked at a program the other day. But I even looked at a program the other day where they were talking about like even like how we evolved from the reptilian.
Folks, you can't think about this. Everything that we have looked at as children, from the actual monsters to everything, where do you think that shit come from? You think it come out of it's shit? It's knowledge that's been given. It's been fed. You know what I mean? It's been fed through different things. I know that it is a hierarchy that controls mankind, and the reptilians are some. It's a lot of them. That's why you see different ships in the sky. These motherfuckers come. They've been coming here for centuries. They bases all over the world, and the top and the most top motherfuckers in the military know about them. You can go and pull up old. It's two agents that used to live overseas. They had actual communication with them where they was going and getting certain things for them. Like they would go. They would tell them what to get. They live off fruits and stuff like that. So they would go and they would buy fruit. They would leave trucks, and then they come back truck empty. So for me, I've done the study of knowing that, hey man, Ann had plenty of family members in the military, from actual soldiers to pilots, everything. They can prove that, hey man, there's something out there. Them people know. They can't tell everybody because everybody gonna go crazy, and you know how the humanity is. But understand, our ancestors told us. We didn't name Bigfoot Sasquatch. The Indians did. You don't think they saw something, or you think that's just what you think that ain't real? The Indians named Sasquatch. We named him Bigfoot. The Indians, Cherokees, had a name for him. The Woodman, the hairy man from the forest. They called it Sasquatch. We didn't do that. Over in Japan, up in the mountains, they call him the Yeti. All this shit has been here. It's just man, society, and mankind. Certain things they can't tell the public because the public is gonna wig out. It is what it is, you know. But everything that you think ain't real is real.
Hey,
that's
man.
the motherfucking trick.
X keep cutting me off, man. I'm gonna tell you this one little story, man, about the UFO. He didn't see it, but I did. I'm out here at Dallas Austin studio one day, right? It was me, G from the Rim shot, Wayne at. You know, who else was out there? It was just about 10 niggas out there.
George was out there. George Clinton was out there that day.
Yeah, George Clinton pointed it out. He said they follow him all the time. So it was 3 ships that looked like the pyramid. And they would float. Yep. We saw them, nigga, for about 20 minutes. And then they just faded away.
They real, man.
Hey, now mind you, hey, Gipp, that's some real shit that he telling you, because I left and went in the building and came back out. All them motherfuckers was looking up in the sky going, X, they up there. I couldn't see the shit. But it was short, George Clinton, fucking Funky, all them niggas was standing outside and they was like amazed at that shit, like they was gone. And George, you know how George is. George like, ha, man, they follow me all the time. They ain't that.
They for real, man. They for real. And they making themselves more and more seen. All you got to do is just look at the videos. What the fuck is that shit flying up under them planes, coming up like that and just sitting right there looking like they watching air? And that's real. But they can't goddamn just go on the motherfucking goddamn news and be like, yo, man, two UFOs just followed us all the way from the
They got on the news a couple times and said that shit.
I mean, it's real. It's like, but people don't want to realize that. They don't want, but tell me this shit, you know, what do y'all think people like Bill Gates get the idea that he just don't goddamn just tag everybody like dogs? And come on, man. like, man, these folks be on some shit, bro. You gotta look, man. What gives a motherfucker the arrogance to think they're just gonna tag humanity like dogs? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's arrogance. That's arrogance like a motherfucker. And that's the same arrogance that humanity got when it comes to saying it ain't nobody else out here. Man, all that sky up there, all this great, it's places in the just in the world you can't get to.
Right.
So why you think it ain't nobody there?
Underwater.
Somebody there.
They're underwater. There's something going on underwater, man.
Definitely was something going on underwater. That's why. Why do you think they never show a lot of films from underwater?
Right.
Atlantis was real. Why do you think that the symbol of the mermaid is in every culture?
It's certain place you can't fly over, man. Because
That's right, you can't fly over. Okay, let's go to this. Why in every religion is star people? From the Mayans to the Africans to the Japanese to the Indians, everybody to the Australians. Why is all these old cultures saying it's star people? Hey man, these folks went and wrote that shit on the wall for you to see it 20,000 years later. They wasn't gonna go write some shit on the wall they ain't see.
Where you think the iPhone come from? The eye, nigga. The eye on the pyramid. The eye. Everything.
Everything from that. Everything. Why you think the apple is the apple? You think Steve Jobs really was the face of that? No, he was just the face. He wasn't the controller. That's why he got cancer and died. Now all it is the apple. What does the apple represent? Adam and Eve. Nigga, you took a bite of the apple.
Yeah.
Man, symbolism is a motherfucker. But think about it. Anybody that come with some shit like that, don't something happen to them?
All the time.
hey, man.
That's all the time.
That mean it wasn't your knowledge. You were just the face. But
that's
somebody
right.
controlled that mother. Somebody made that up, gave you that. That ain't you. Somebody with a higher thinking, with a higher mind, gave you that information. That's why
right.
you was only supposed to be here for a certain amount of time. As soon as it caught on in society, you died. Hey man, pay attention.
That's right.
Real. You just and see, with me having a father and so many members of my family in the military, I know that these folks, it's a whole nother thing going on out here, man. Whole nother thing going on. It's spaceships. Y'all go and look up some of Hitler's old film. Man, they got a film where them folks had a space. Them folks brought Germany and gave them a spaceship.
Yeah, that was why Hitler felt like he was so superior, because he was really having contact with them folks. That's why they had told him they the one who put in him about the master race.
So if I'm teaching you, hey man, we are reptilian. We one thing. You need to goddamn make it like that. You're gonna have power. We're gonna give you spaceships and shit and all kind of shit that's gonna make you in the minds of others more powerful than the average man. But see, they just didn't know that the United States already had them infiltrated. So every time they were putting these spaceships up and trying to teach themselves how to fly them, it was a person from the United States right here. So when the war was over, what did they do? Take all them niggas that was over there working for him, and then they over here. So if they've been over here working since they killed Hitler, man, come on, man. Where do you think the stealth airplane come from? Where do you think all that technology for these different aircraft come from? From them spaceships. They still ain't told you that shit in Roswell in Texas was fake. They just said, hey, man, but they never said it was fake. Did
That's
they?
right. They never said that shit.
That's the same way with music right now, my nigga. The real gonna win, the fake gonna lose, because they're gonna depend too much on technology.
That's right. You ain't never lied about that. You ain't never lied about that, Gipp. But shit, I ain't gonna keep you on the phone, man. We could go about another hour, but I'm gonna let you get up out of here, man. Before we get out of here, you got anything you want to say to the people before you go?
Hey, man, just dropping a lot of music, man. Y'all support it, man. ATL Top 20 got a video for that. The Peace Song, about to shoot a new video with Cam and David Banner Saturday, the Race War. We about to shoot the new Goody Mob single. I got a new TV show coming out called The Gipp. All this shit, man. And open the stores, man. We're gonna open up these Gipp Goody chain stores. Y'all want to get in the Gipp Goody business with this hemp and all that kind of shit? Fuck with it, man. We open up our own chain store, get some money together, man. So with that being said, I'm just here, Atlanta. I'm just gonna do what I'm supposed to do, and whatever y'all need or whoever need me, just holler at me. We're gonna get out, man. We're gonna stay free. Thank you, X. Thank you, Funky. Always been in my corner, man. Love y'all.
Man, hey, we've been fucking with each other for years on top of years.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's why it's always good, man. It's always good, man. And shit, man. Whatever y'all need me. Funky, let me know when it's cool to come to stroke us. We on the way back, baby.
Hey, I'm gonna be over on your side Friday though, man. I'm gonna call you and give you the location. I'm being seduction on Friday in the daytime.
All right, yeah, I'm
going old folk style on y'all niggas. I'm gonna do day shift.
Yeah, like you posed to. Shit, that's the best play anyway. Get in and get out.
That's right.
All right, y'all. That'll be good. Yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate you coming through. Hey, Gipp. He gone. Funky.
Nah,
Gipp.
what's up?
Hey, Gipp, I got to get you back on here, man. Hey, look, I got to get you back on because we got to talk about some more shit, though.
Okay, all good. I got you. I'm on you, King.
All right, man. Blessings, man. I appreciate you coming through tonight, too.
Blessings, King. Jay.
All right, Funky, man. I'm out, man. I thank y'all for tuning in, man. Until next week, I'm going to see y'all. All right?